Guys,
let's do this! Leeroy Jenkins!
You've heard the shout, you've laughed at the chaos, but do you actually know the truth behind Leeroy Jenkins? Was it real or was it staged? How did one silly raid wipe escape the confines of World of Warcraft and become one of the most iconic internet moments of all time? Today we're diving in deep into the legend of Leeroy Jenkins. Our story begins in 2005, inside Upper Blackrock Spire, a 10-man dungeon at the time, notorious for its length and difficulty. This wasn't a casual stroll, it required coordination, strategy, and patience. And that's where things went wrong. You see, the guild Pals for Life was setting up for a pool, carefully calculating odds, making sure everyone was in position. It was peak vanilla World of Warcraft. Long-winded strategy meetings were practically part of the game. But then there was Leeroy. In the middle of the planning, without warning, Ben Schulz, the player behind Leeroy Jenkins, simply yelled his now infamous battle cry, charged into a room full of dragon eggs, and doomed his entire group. The wipe was swift, the chaos was glorious, and the timing was perfect. And this clip didn't just create one legendary line, we also got this treat.
At least I have chicken.
So here's the big question. Was this genuine chaos, or was it staged? For years, players debated fiercely. On one hand, it looked too perfect. The meticulous planning, the interruption, into the comedic fallout. On the other hand, the frustration in their voices was incredibly real. Eventually, Ben Schulz himself confirmed yes, the clip was planned. The guild wanted to make something funny to share, and the lines were scripted. But here's the thing, the genuine reactions, the laughter, the delivery, they all felt natural enough that people continued to doubt it. And honestly, that doubt was part of what made it viral. Surprise, surprise, controversy creates viral videos, who knew? Now, Blizzard, to their credit, leaned right into it. Leeroy quickly became immortalised in Warcraft itself. An NPC bearing his name was added to Uber's. Later achievements like Leeroy were introduced, rewarding players who repeated his infamous stunt. And it did not stop there. He even got his own card in the TCG, a legendary card in Hearthstone, even toys and merchandise. Blizzard has milked Leeroy dry. And also wheeling him out into BlizzCon every now and then as well. He seems like a really great guy. But Blizzard have genuinely taken a player meme and made it canon, which I think is just awesome. Now, Leeroy's legend did not just stay confined to Azeroth though. It went global. His name and catchphrase turned up in Jeopardy questions, he was parodied in Family Guy and How I Met Your Mother, there's even NASA engineers referencing him in a presentation. Apparently Leeroy was the perfect metaphor for risky launches. And if that wasn't enough, politicians have used it in speeches, esports commentators have shouted it at tournaments, and gaming culture at large still references him to this day. Leeroy Jenkins wasn't just a WoW joke, he was arguably one of the first true gaming memes to break into mainstream culture. And YouTubers to this day still absolutely milk the story. Anyway, so what happened to the man behind the meme? Ben Schulz embraced the legacy, attending the conventions, giving interviews, and occasionally revisiting his old character. He's spoken about how surreal it felt to have something so silly become so iconic, and honestly, he's handled it with good humour. At the end of the day, he is just a World of Warcraft gamer, and we're all the same. But the legacy of Leeroy Jenkins is bigger than just one raid wipe. It showed the world that gaming culture could be loud, chaotic, and genuinely fun, especially at a time where gaming was kind of fenced into for the nerds. It started to kind of open up a little bit, and now we have the culture we have today. Like, if Leeroy Jenkins wasn't such a huge hit. I mean, 26 million views. That is a groundbreaking amount of people witnessing gaming culture. That's my take on it, at least. It was a moment of genuine and pure magic, and it deserved to go viral and hold for 20 years. It's incredible. So that's the full story of Leeroy Jenkins, from raid wipe to global meme. What's your favourite World of Warcraft meme moment? Let me know in the comments. And my name's Will, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, consider subscribing, because I've got a ton on the channel. We have a lovely community here. If you'd like to join them, it would be fantastic. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day.